Hey everybody, Shoeshack Redemption back now with the 1986 draft. Ready to go. Alright, sorry, I was waiting to see. Sometimes there's a delay in the feed here. Alright, 1986 draft is up next, and do a quick rundown as before of what's happened so far in the offseason. So some retirements, Elvin Hayes, Calvin Murphy, Bob Lanier, Tiny Archibald. So a couple guys that were on my team before. And in the staff, nobody real, but I did lose an assistant coach, but I don't think he was that good. It's okay. Changes, the Bucks change uniforms and floor, and the Warriors change their uniforms. There were no rule changes in the lottery. So I did have the Spurs pick, but it was top 10 protected, and they ended up with the third pick, so I will get their unprotected 87. So the two picks I have are 17th and 18th from the Mavericks and Bulls. I don't know that I'll use both of them, but we'll see. It depends on who's there. There's nobody real in this draft I'm targeting, but I guess if it gets, I don't know, to the 10th pick or so, and there's somebody really good left that hasn't been drafted, I might look to see if I can trade up with those two. Otherwise, might draft one person and trade back for a future pick with the other one. Got through the staff signing, and here we are with the pre-draft. So if you want to see kind of where people are supposed to go according to the mock drafts, Sabonis, Chuck Person, Doherty, Bias, Harper, Rodman. So you can see here, according to this, it says Brad Sellers, Del Curry. I think Del Curry might be somebody I look at. This one has me getting Bedford and Sellers, probably not, but Del would still be there. Another guy I'm looking at is maybe Nate McMillan, Curry and McMillan, if they're both there, I might get them. Hornacek's another guy. A lot of potential. Starts out with a low overall because he was drafted I think in the 4th round in real life or something like that. So let's just get to the draft and see how it goes, and then we'll get into the free agency. Here we go. Not looking to make huge changes in the team since we made it to the finals. So Arvydas Sabonis, somebody who got drafted, I think the way it worked, he got drafted in 85 and that got voided, and then he got drafted in 86 and didn't come over until 1995 as a rookie. So the Hawks are getting him for his actual prime. That's kind of cool. The Rockets get Chuck Person. Looks like I'll have to go in and adjust some numbers because I guess they have a 45 already. The Spurs getting Brad Doherty. So I guess, well, I have their pick next year, so they wouldn't be getting David Robinson anyway. So they have their center for the future. Artis Gilmore just turned 36, so that kind of makes sense. Kings get Len Bias, so somebody who was drafted second in real life, then unfortunately died, I think weeks later or days later. Knicks, Johnny Dawkins, point guard to the New York Knicks. Mavericks get Mark Price, so that's higher than he had been projected. He is one of the guys with the top potential because he's a very good player. So he's potentially replacing Brad Davis for them. William Bedford, so somebody that was projected around my picks. So I'm going to pause it when we get to 10 just to see who's left. We have our first trade of the draft. Pistons. So Larry Drew and a very late second rounder. So I guess they're wanting Larry Drew. So now the Kings get a point guard to replace Larry Drew that they just lost. So Nate McMillan is on the Kings. So I guess I won't be getting him. 9th pick, John Williams. brings us to 10th. So I'm going to pause and see who's left. Just kind of sort by projection here. So Ron Harper and Dennis Rodman are still there. Let me think about how these guys would fit on my team. I have John Stockton and right now Marquise Johnson and Dale Ellis. Marquise, I would rather be at small forward, but Dale Ellis played well. Walker and Washburn. Scott Skiles also, but point guard is not something to need. I have a young John Stockton. So Rodman would be interesting because of the scoring I have on the team. He does not need to score that much. I have Patrick Ewing and Marquise Johnson. Clark Kellogg is a free agent, and there's no guarantee he comes back to my team. I will be trying my hardest to get him back on the team. So let's just go see. This is the Sixers. Let's see what they want for that pick, if it's available. No offers, so I guess that's not going to happen. I do wonder if I actually tried to propose it. Just seems like Ron Harper should go before Rodman, so I'm curious if Harper would go. Who's on the Sixers team? So they still have Mo Cheeks. So they don't have a shooting guard. But Rodman is a young small forward that could be replacing their 36-year-old Irving eventually. Seems like Ron Harper would be the pick. I'm going to trust that they will not get Rodman here. There we go. I used logic there. Ron Harper to the Sixers. Now let's pause and see what the Cavs, if the Cavs are willing to part with their pick. Well, Butch Carter I could trade. I don't really need him. But he's a minimum player and decent. For the minutes he played, he was dependable. I would rather trade my current picks. I just kind of want to see what this would look like. Who did they have on their team? They have a shooting guard, small forward, and center, but nobody like super good. So they don't have a point guard, so Scott Skiles could be the pick here. Just trying to think about who they'd be getting. Can I trade? Let's just see like what happens here. I don't want Phil Hubbard. And they're asking for my future first too. Alright, let's test it again here. Brad Sellers. So Scott Skiles is still there. Now the Suns. Alright, well, I thought I'd go through the draft pretty quickly, but I kind of want to keep testing with every pick. 12. So if that's my pick, which I doubt it is, it's probably the Spurs. Hell, Ellis and Harper, that's not happening. Yeah, that's the Spurs pick. I definitely don't want to do that. I just want to see like how close I can get by trading just with my second. And preferably that one. I could trade another second as well. So no value. I have more seconds. I'd rather get rid of mine. What about another second? I don't really need all these seconds. Clippers, Nuggets. The Nuggets are pretty bad. Let's go with the Clippers. Alright, we're gonna take a look at the Suns team. What do we think they'll draft? They have a shooting guard. This could be Rodman. I see no small forwards up here. Yeah, that's probably going to be Rodman. Do I care enough to get him? He's a great defender. It would probably take both of these picks to get him. Overall wise, Washburn, Walker, Tarpley, Sally. So Rodman, it says 6th, 6th, and 7th. His ceiling is all NBA, which makes sense. He is older. He's 25. He's an old rookie, which makes me wonder how his progression will work for his potential. Because I think I made his peak later in the draft class. Because that's true. I mean, he was good when he was older. Dell is still there. Nobody's been drafted like after my picks, really. They took Sellers away. Oh, I forgot about Drazen. Man, he could still be there. There's some good people that could be here. But I have a feeling Rodman's going to be this pick. I think I just let it happen. I don't care enough. Oh my gosh, they didn't get him. These drafts have really surprised me. Last year with Karl Malone dropping so far. Alright, so this is who? The Bucks. Let's see. 13th. There's the 18th, and that's the Spurs pick. Definitely not trading that. I would trade the 18th and maybe Carter. Who else do they have on their team? Oops. I hate that it goes back to my team. Alright, so they do have Bridgman, but he's not even 80 anymore. They won't be getting a shooting guard, so probably not Petrovic, I wouldn't think. Hard to say. Let's just go ahead and see if I can do what I've been trying. Start with that one, get rid of that one, and that one, and see if they'll just let me move up here. No. What about with this? No. One more try here. No. Alright. Well, I don't really have any body I could trade, but Carter's the only option, and I kind of like him as a minimum salaried, if not backup this year, at least as an extra guy. He's still playable, so here we go. Kenny Walker. So we still have some hope here. I would hope once the pick falls to 1.5 stars instead of 2 stars, that I can get it. This was who? The Warriors? Yes. The Warriors. Who do they have? They have a center, a couple power forwards, and a point guard. So they could get like Petrovic here. Let's see if they are willing. Oh, that's closer to what I'd be willing to do. Butch Carter in a second. That's not bad either. Then I would have 3 firsts. Do I need 3 firsts though? Let's see if they'll take the 18th and my second this year to move up. No. What if I give them my future second? Counter offer. So they're giving me an 88 protected first, and they're taking my other first this year. I don't think so. I'd like to get another player because I don't have that many players under contract. Let's try this differently. What if I do Trade Finder and I just do those two? Is there any chance somebody will give me... Let's go to the Warriors first. That's next year. Artis Gilmore. You would think that the game would be trying to show you, oh, maybe they're interested in trading up. We should give them offers like that. That doesn't happen. But that was pretty close to what I was willing to do. That's the 17th, and I don't know which pick that is. Is that mine? No, it's the Clippers. I'm fine with trading that. But then, oh man. This one, though, that gives me the option to either draft 2 more people or trade one of those picks later on if nobody's there that I want on my team. Do I get rid of Butch Carter, though? Or this isn't bad. I mean, I still have my 18th pick, which is hopefully Del Curry. They already took McMillan. At this point, there are what, 14, 15, 16? There are 3 picks before I pick. It could be Rodman, Skiles, and Petrovic are the 3 best projected. This one's Skiles, well, Rodman, Skiles, Tarpley. And this one's Rodman, Skiles, Petrovic. So that still does leave me Del Curry, and that's about it. But I feel like I'd have to trade this to try to get Rodman. He would be a good fit for this team. I think I've got to find a way. I'd just rather trade this one, but I guess the 17th might work. Or I can put the 18th and see if they just throw something else on. No, not so much. 17th and the 88th second from the Clippers. I'd rather trade my 89 second. Is that an option? No. Now they want my second this year. Well, I'm also fine with doing that, but what if I do my second with that one? Seems like this should be a trade. No? Oh, that's what I already tried before. I don't really want to trade 3 seconds to move up 4 picks. Alright, we're gonna try it again here. Try our luck. That's a fake guy. So I wonder if some of these teams have really bad scouts. Wow. Projected to go much higher than this? I don't think so. I would hope not. So this is the Nets. The Nets. Let's see if they're willing to do business. That's a 90. That's probably my pick. That wouldn't be terrible, but I'd like to trade my current picks because I don't need them all. '15th. Let's just see what they want. I will gladly give them my second this year. Here we go. That should be a trade. Come on. Oh. What if I trade them the 17th and mine this year? Is that close enough? No. They must have their eye on somebody. Who do they need? They only have 3 people under contract. A point guard, a shooting guard, and a center. So again, this could be a Rodman pick. So that's why I'm trying to get them to do some business with me. Alright, I'm willing to do my 18th, my future second, and this year's second. Boom. Boom. Alright, Pacers are now on the clock. I will get some trade offers, 21 of them. Let's view them. They want both my firsts. No thanks. That's awful. No, no. Brad Sellers was what pick? The 11th? No thanks. Quinn Buckner. With the Hawks. couple picks from the Jazz, who just won the finals against me. Lakers are way too good to consider. Nuggets are bad. That's a really far future pick. Tree Rollins, don't need him. I think we've got to draft ourselves the Worm. I don't know when he started being referred to as the Worm. So 73 overall is what my scout thinks he is. He was supposed to go 6th, 6th, or 7th according to the projections, and I'm getting him with this is the 15th pick, right? So here we go. Dennis Rodman to the Pacers. Now the Mavericks will get Duckworth. So here I have a choice to make. We'll see if I get some trade offers again. I do not. All right. So my choices are Del Curry. Skiles is good. I mean, I would consider him if I didn't have John Stockton. And Derek Harper's my backup kind of point guard, shooting guard. Petrovic is a crazy good potential option. Del Curry would be a long-term, really backup. The problem with him is let's see, my backups are Derek Harper. Let me just look at my team. So the guy's actually under contract here. Well, Stockton, he'll be on my team. He's got a rookie contract with an option. So I have Derek Harper as like my backup point guard and shooting guard. Carter, if he stays as good as he is, can continue to play some shooting guard, small forward minutes. Dale Ellis is still starting. I don't have another backup wing. It's kind of just Butch Carter and whatever Harper plays that's not point guard. If Kellogg leaves, then that is going to be rough because I'm going to need a power forward, and I don't think Dennis Rodman can hop into the starting lineup at 73 overall. And I don't have a backup center right now. Bill Walton will be considered for sure. So Del Curry doesn't quite, I mean, he can play some small forward, or he just takes Carter's place. He's similar to Dale Ellis in that he's known for his shooting. Petrovic is too, but he's a little more of a full, like, all-around scorer. So according to this projection, so I'm at 17th. So these two guys should have already been picked. Del Curry's close, but also down here somewhere is Jeff Hornacek. So I kind of wonder, can I like trade back so that, whoever wants either Petrovic or Curry, I just like collect some assets. Once one of them gets picked, then I jump in and draft. This says Tarpley should have been picked by now. Hornacek's a little closer. Here, Hornacek's the closest at 20th. I feel like I could go back 2, maybe 3 picks, and I'd be safe with getting one of them. Hornacek, the nice thing is he could play some point guard too, but I really need somebody that can play small forward, and that's those guys. Let me do a trade finder on it, since I didn't get any offers. See if anybody's willing to trade up. I might just need to go click on the 18th pick, which is, or maybe the 19th pick. I don't know. Let's try the Celtics pick here. That says none. That's weird. Okay, 18th. Just straight up? Well, that doesn't make much sense. Can I have something in the future? So this is who I just traded with to get Rodman. Can you give me all the seconds I just traded you? Oh, I don't want to swap worse with the Jazz. I'll take your seconds. Can you do that? No? my 90-second for their 89-second? Or do I just get Petrovic because he has the most potential of anybody we're talking about? He'd be kind of fun to have. Let's just get him. I was thinking like I'm more familiar with Hornacek and with Curry, but Drazen, he was Studley. Let's try it. He's 21, Hornacek's 23, and where's Dell? Dell's 22. If I go to their aggregates here, mid-range, Hornacek wins. Three-pointers, definitely Petrovic. So Curry's not even a great three-point shooter according to my scout yet, anyway. Perimeter D, Petrovic doesn't do that as well. He's not as much of a playmaker. His potential is much higher. Is there anybody else with A potential? No. So I think he's the pick here. Let's do it. All right, Drazen. Next up, the Nets are trading their pick. So this is my original pick. Well, not my original, but the Bulls' original that I had, and I traded to the Nets, and they're trading it to the future. So the Rockets wanted to jump in here to get Scott Skiles. Cool. 19th will be Anthony Bowie to the Celtics. 20th, Roy Tarpley. 21st, John Salley. So Curry and Hornacek are still sitting there. The Lakers are going to get Kenny Gaddison. And the last pick of the first round here, the finals champions Jazz are getting Raphael Addison. Okay, so now we're in the second round. The Knicks. Like, I'm kind of anxious to see, like, what would it take to get one of these picks? I still have a couple seconds in the future. Like, could I trade either, like, for the Pistons pick there, the Knicks? Because there's some good people left. Like, Hornacek and Curry don't necessarily have to play in the first season. Who else is left? So Curry was supposed to go 18th or 19th. There's Hornacek. Not many real people left. Buck Johnson's real. Ray Kelly is not real. Billy Thompson is real. Greg Dryling's real. So what? A handful of real people. Mark Alari's real. Harold Presley. Johnny New. Okay, so there's still some guys here. I still can't believe a fake guy went. What pick was that? Something crazy like 11th or 12th? I don't know. So let's see. This is the Knicks. The Knicks. What do they want for it? Butch Carter. No thanks. The next one was the Hawks. Okay. Well, let's let the Knicks pick here. Mark Alari. Okay. Let's just do a propose one of my future seconds. Swap best. Swap best with Jazz. That's the good one. Let's just see. Hawks. No. And then the Pistons had the next two, I believe. Let's just go to their pick, I guess. No. Neither of them? Okay, whatever. Hawks. There's Del Curry. Alright. Harper is a free agent after next season. That's kind of why I'm thinking about Hornacek. So let's... Are they willing to do anything now? No? Okay, let's propose. Pistons, third. No. The Clippers and Nets. The Nets didn't look super good. Who's on the Clippers team right now? They look bad as well. Cummings might leave them. So I'm actually more willing to trade this one, I think. Can I give you 2 seconds? Really? Really? Huh. Let's see if there's anything. That's 17th. Anything else this year that gets me up here? What? Wow, okay. I think we just let it go. There's Hornacek to the Pistons. Okay. Dryling, Billy Thompson. Up till that point, there had only been one fake guy. Fake, fake. Buck Johnson's on the Sixers. Presley's on the Bullets. Fake, fake, fake. There's Johnny Newman to the Mavericks. David, forgot about Wingate to the Nets. Fake, fake, fake. And I think that might be it. All right. Pretty happy with the Pacers draft there. So Sabonis only 74 overall, but went first because of his potential. Doherty, the best player in the draft, went third. Here's Rodman for the Pacers and Petrovic. Let's go ahead and sign them up. I think, as usual, only first rounders will get signed. So actually, there's a chance I could sign Hornacek from the Pistons potentially. So the Rockets got 2 great pieces for their team, Person and Skiles, to go with a young Ralph Sampson. Kind of neat to see the collection of people. Anybody else have 2 first rounders besides me and the Rockets? I don't remember. Oh, Curry, as long as they sign him. I might try to get those guys. I don't know how that'll work. Oh, the Kings had the 4th and 8th, so Lynn Bias and Nate McMillan. They traded Larry Drew. The Knicks also had 2, Dawkins and Sally. Mavericks had 2, Price and Duckworth. So there were quite a few teams that had 2 picks. All right, options. We are definitely extending to John Stockton. Did anybody get declined? Oh man, the Bulls picked up Michael Jordan. Bullets with Barkley. All right, Jeff Turner declined by the Clippers. Turpin declined. Vern Fleming declined. Okay. Qualifying offers. I don't really care to offer any of these guys. Nevitt and Neely might come back to my team. They were decent. Well, Nevitt didn't play enough to really be able to tell, I don't think. Actually, he played more than I thought he did. So we're not going to offer those guys. My biggest priority will be Clark Kellogg. So here's my team right now. I've got 8 people. I'm missing my starting power forward. And I need a backup center, are my main priorities. So Kellogg, thankfully, is not the best power forward because Terry Cummings is there. So Cummings, who evidently nobody has any money to offer. I don't know why the Clippers are not offering him. So I'm going to go take Clark Kellogg. I am going to give him 5 years. And we're going to go with something like that. Get him till he's 30. Let's go with that. Here we go. Hopefully that's super high. 97, great. He should accept that. Especially since Cummings is not going to accept any of those. Magic Johnson. So that's why the Clippers are not going after Cummings, because they'd like Magic Johnson. I'm guessing I don't have money to do that. I can only offer minimums because I'm already over the cap, which is really going to restrict me. I don't know that I have any cap holds to get rid of. If I do, Wally Walker can go. Nevitt can go. This doesn't really do much, but all these guys are going to want minimum anyway. Alright, who else is getting offers? I'm curious. Adrian Dantley, Warriors and Suns. Where the heck are the Jazz? They just won the championship, and they're not even offering their best player. Maxwell, the Celtics are trying to get him back. Jazz also have Griffith to re-sign. The Jazz could be a very different team. Blazers getting Drexler back. We already looked at him. I don't know what the Jazz are doing. So backup center was my other big thing I need. And Bill Walton, I do have bird rights, so I think I'm just going to go after him again, probably for 1 year, and give him something like that. And then I guess if I can get another minimum, maybe a forward, right? Because I got Rodman. Yeah, I need another backup forward for Kellogg, assuming he signs with me. Somebody that will take the minimum. Before I forget, I also want to look at Curry and Hornacek here. He will not take the minimum, and he wants even more, so that's not happening. Sam Mitchell. So Ed Neely might just come back to the team here. Ivoroni. Rambis probably wants too much. Oh, no, he would take one. How's he been? He's a good rebounder, I think, right? Okay, defensively, really good rebounder. I think Kurt Rambis might be a good fit for this team. Let's try it. 1 year deal. Alright, there's my 3 offers. We'll advance. They're all agreeing. Perfect. Oh, that's beautiful. Alright, so now I just need to find more minimum contracts. Now Cummings is going to go to... Still nobody. I'm scared to look. Okay, Magic went back to the Lakers. Dantley's with the Warriors. Drexler's back with the Blazers. This fake guy's with the Sonics. Not sure what that's about. We got Jeff Rulin going back to the Bullets, probably. Warriors are trying to take Wilkes, too. I'm not sure they have the money for that. Alright, so now I have Walton as my backup center. I got Kellogg and Rambis as power forward. So now I've got 11 people. Another big guy and another point guard probably would be next. Who wants the minimum? Nymphius, Caldwell Jones. Anybody down here? Nevitt's still there as an option. Larry probably wants too much, yep. Is there anybody that'll sign with me because they want to play with a winning team? Be nice to see. Larry Nance is also a free agent. I didn't really look at people that weren't getting offers. Buck Williams is here, Purvis Short. This is a much better free agent class than we've had previously. Daryl Griffith's still not getting any offers. The Jazz are going to be terrible. If they lose Dantley and Griffith, I don't know what they're doing. Alright, I guess Nymphius is 28. Caldwell's 35, so he'll go down. Charles Jones, Clemens 29. Let's see, he's a decent defender, not a great rebounder. Ricky Brown, mediocre at things. Nobody really blowing me away here. McKeskey, 75 at defense. Maybe I should actually go over here and look at what I'm looking for. Defense and rebounding would be pretty much it. The Jazz are also losing Mark Eaton, potentially. Alright, so Charles Jones, actually, he's good at defense and rebounding. 80 at defense, 80 at blocking. Oh, rebounding's not great, but he's 29. There's a fake guy up there. A couple of fake guys. Seems like Charles Jones might be a good one to go for. Why not? What team was he on before? He started this with the Sixers, went to the Kings, then the Celtics, and now, oh no, his field goal percentage is really, really bad. Did he actually play? He did. That's not a good sign. I'm pretty sure it said his shot IQ was 99, but his inside scoring is D+. It'd be cool to have someone like Bob McAdoo, but he's not willing to take quite that pay cut. Alright, well that's taken me too long, so let's look for a third point guard. The minimum was like 99, right? So I'm looking for somebody that was around that, probably in the hundreds. Mike Dunleavy wouldn't be a bad third point guard. I've got two young guys. Might just try that. He's got 11 badges. He did well for another guy that the Jazz are losing, it looks like. Decent shooter. Decent defender. Passing 87, 78. Yeah, he's a good player. All right, Mike. You can have an offer for the minimum. And then I really need to figure out what I'm doing here. I mean, Ivoroni, is he what I'm looking for? Another power forward. Oh, not great at defense or rebounding. So he's just kind of average at everything. Catledge. Some of the guys I remember looking at in the last free agency, McRae and McDowell. I think I might just get Ed Neely back. He was decent. And if I'm using that thought, I could get Nevitt back. But I kind of want to get somebody younger if possible. Caldwell's really old. Nymphia, did I already look at him? 68 at defense, okay at rebounding. He might go down one, but oh, he barely played. But when he did play in previous years, he started here. So I'm gonna offer him one. All right, let's go to another day here. Everybody agreed immediately. So I have now 3 centers, 3 power forwards, 3 point guards, and I need probably another wing. Would that be a full team? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people. And down there I have 8. I could get another wing, which I haven't really looked at yet, so. Alright, where are people going now? Is Cummings getting any legit offers? No. Norm Nixon, the Clippers do want him back. The one thing about why the Clippers might not be going after Cummings is they have Karl Malone entering his second year. Okay, now the Jazz are getting Griffith back. Suns going after Wilkes. The Warriors just signed Dantley, so they probably can't get Short back. Alright, who is a wing that can come play for me for the minimum? We got Billy Knight, who's pretty old. O'Corin, Wally Walker was on my team before. Ron Anderson. Corbin is there. Will he take it? No. ML Carr's 35. Johnny Newman was drafted but won't take the minimum. One thing I feel like I should do is go change the salary expectations. So guys like second rounders who weren't signed will take the minimum. I'm going to use Newman, as an example. I'll try not to make it like cheating or anything, but let's just see how we can do this. Oh, I can't use somebody that's not on a team. But there's no second rounder I could use unless there's a second rounder from last year. Huh. I have to wait for somebody to get signed. That's not cool. Just trying to think. Ellie might have been a second, or no, probably not. Bowie. Okay, maybe I can't do this right now without... I need a reference point. And nobody signed, so I can't do that. Okay. Danny Ainge, Ricky Sobers. Also can think about who can mentor people. I wonder if Kellogg might be old enough to mentor Rod. No, Rodman's an old rookie. Gerald Wilkins. I might just wait. Since this is the last spot on my team, I might just wait to see if these guys' expectations go down. So let's do that. Vance. And now the guys will officially sign. And still at the top is Terry Cummings. Nobody has the money to sign him. Ricky Green. Oh my gosh, he's the Jazz point guard. Alright, let's go look at this team. That's looking pretty good to me. We still have 7 guys, 82 or over. We got 3 point guards, so we got a veteran, Mike Dunleavy, with Stockton and Harper. We've got Johnson. We've got the veterans there with a rookie, Drazen. Dale Ellis with Rodman as a backup. He can't be number 10. Who's number 10? Dunleavy. I can probably change that. Kellogg, Rambus, Neely. We've got veterans here backing up Patrick Ewing. Yeah, I don't know that anybody can really mentor Rodman. I guess if Ewing gets enough of Walton's badges, maybe Walton can mentor Rodman. We'll have to see. So my team is full but one, and I'm looking for another wing player, small forward preferably. But I'm going to go until... Oops, I want to see here. I want to go until some of the guys' expectations drop. So the Jazz did get Griffith back. The Mavericks got Blackman. So really the only huge change was Dantley to the Warriors. That's going to change them see if anybody else changes here. I'm just going to go a few days. Check this, see if anybody can afford these guys yet. Now the Clippers are ready to give Cummings a contract. Don't know what they were waiting on. Woolridge, nobody yet. Johnny Moore probably back to the Spurs. Alright, are there any players who's at, I guess I remember what Hornacek and those guys wanted. Those look exactly the same. Is there anybody I can use as a reference point yet? People that were drafted second round 86. Well, they did get the minimum. Gotta keep going, I think. Cummings signed. Buck Williams. So all these guys are going to end up going back to their teams, except probably Purvis Short. Jamal Wilkes is also on the Clippers. How did they have money to do that? They signed Wilkes and re-signed Nixon and Cummings. That team's going to be tough. Tough. Alright, did anything change down here? Hornacek has an offer now. I'd rather have Del Curry, I think, so we're just going to give him an offer that he'll decline. 54. Still nobody I can have us. No, okay. Just going to keep checking the bottom to see if there's any second rounders that sign that I can use. Whoops. Ben Johnson went to the Nuggets. All these guys are not helping me here. So they are dropping a little bit, but not enough to actually sign. More people are signing, but not people at the bottom. The Knicks keep trying for Hornacek, and I keep trying for Curry. I really just want somebody to sign so I can use them as an example for this contract thing. Because now we're at day 10 and running out of time. I feel like it's not going to happen. But then my fear is somehow the game's going to make these other teams sign these guys for the minimum, even though they don't want the minimum. Huh. I just wish I could use somebody. Maybe I can figure it out. Let's take a little bit more of a look here on. Let's sort by age. We want a young guy who was drafted in the second round. Of course, I can't click. I don't know why I can't click on their player card. I'm not going to be able to remember who was in the second round. Bowie. It won't be anybody from this year because none of them have signed, or else I would be using them. Addison. I guess I could use late first rounders just to show, like, take them down a little bit. Somebody like Addison, who might have been, yeah, I think he was the last pick of the draft. So let's just use him. Of course, I just backed out instead of clicking him. Addison, go. All right, expected 239. It shouldn't be that high for a rookie at the end of the first round. So let's see how this works. Minimum rating. Higher rated players will only expect minimum. That makes sense. There we go. So that's going to take down the expected. Lowering this slider means lower rated players will expect. No, we don't want that. So I'm going to put both of those at 60. And then, does this do anything? So the curve, that actually raises things. Min and max slider fixed. This adjusts the expectations of the players in between. Well, that went down, so that seems to make sense. Potential, I think, shouldn't make as much of a difference within this era. We're going to go with that. Now, hopefully that'll help more guys sign. So like these guys are now willing to take less. Oh no. Still not, well, because it's 55. Okay, we'll go one more day. Did anybody sign that was down there? No. But did their expectations change? They did change, but not enough. Where's Johnny Newman? He was another guy. He's close. But if I get him, I won't be able to get Curry when the season starts. Ooh. But Curry, I think, will sign with somebody else before I even have a chance. Hornacek, probably not. Curry, probably not. And then I guess we'll try Corbin or Newman. Corbin would actually take it. Newman's a year younger. Corbin's two better. Much better defender. I guess we'll do Corbin because he'll actually take it. He'll actually take a 2-year deal, so let's do that. Oh, he's still mulling. And it's 90. We'll just go ahead and keep trying this with Curry. And why not Hornacek? Yep. All right. Corbin is on the Pacers. All right, let's look at some progression here. Patrick Ewing went up 4. John Stockton went up 5. Ewing, I think, had 16 badges. I don't think it was any more than that. So we got some of those from Mr. Bill Walton, I believe. John Stockton's up to 34 badges. He got some of those from Tiny Archibald, who just retired. Clark Kellogg went down at age 25. I'm not sure why he's going down. What did he go down at? 1 in acceleration, 1 in lateral quickness. Why is that down in overall? He's not mad. He went up in a lot of things. It also says 87 up in the top right, but 86 here, so I guess that means he's happy. Johnson went down in some things. John Stockton's up 6 at threes. Johnson's still very good, though. Still fast. Derek Harper is up 4. I didn't even see that. Dale Ellis did not go up. Probably because I didn't have him playing any more than he was before. Half a minute more. But he did score more. He had pretty much the same year he had last year. Bill Walton only down 2. Hey, I'll take that. He's still a solid backup center and can keep mentoring Ewing. I think he was at 21 badges, so he lost a few of them. We'll see if he still has any that Ewing doesn't. His stamina's 78. Butch went down. Rambus went down, but not in overall. Memphis went down 1. Corbin went up 1, so that was a good get. All right, let's just go through the league here real quick and see. For some reason, Isaiah Thomas went down one. He's 25 years old. Pistons, they should be about to enter their prime, but they don't have Rodman, who I just drafted. They don't have Dumars, who I think is on the Rockets. Yes, so I forgot about him. This team, their future starting lineup, if they keep them, are Skiles, Dumars, Person, Thorpe, and Sampson. Their draft picks over the last 5 years. 83, 84, 85, 86, 86. Wow. That's going to be a fun team to watch if they keep them. The Spurs look like they're going to need to sign some roster fillers. They got Gervin still not going down at age 34, but Chris Mullin went up 3. Johnny Moore went up 1. So like 28-year-old Moore went up 1, but 25-year-old Isaiah went down 1. Is it because Isaiah had a bad year? Definitely not. It wasn't as good as the year before, but that doesn't mean he should go down. I don't think. Maybe it does. Suns. So Purvis went up 1. They did end up signing him. So they've got 2 great scorers now. Walter averaging almost 20. Purvis over 20. The Sonics, they signed Larry Nance. Nice. New starting power forward in Seattle. Oh gosh. Olajuwon up to a 93. Drexler up to a 91. They're still a scary team. Warriors got Dantley and his 25 points per game to replace Purvis, but he is better, so we'll see if that does anything for them. The Sixers, so Dr. J down 4. He's reaching the end, it seems. They did draft Ron Harper, who's going to be... They have Alvin Robertson still, so he'll probably play plenty, though. The Bucks, no real change. They drafted Walker. Bullets didn't really change. They didn't sign anybody. They drafted John Williams and re-signed Ruland. Oh, Barkley's up 3, by the way. Michael Jordan did not go up. He averaged 29 points per game and didn't go up. He played almost every game. He went down in some things, up in others. Tangibles went down 1. Doesn't look like they improved their team either. The Cavs, pretty much the same. Was he on their team? No, they got Mike Woodson and Johnny Davis. They've signed some guards here. Interesting. Larry Bird's down 2. Still got Parrish, McHale, and they re-signed Johnson and Maxwell. So they got their starters back. Winters got worse. They don't really have a shooting guard now. Winters was starting. And Danny Ainge isn't on the team, it looks like. Clippers, Karl Malone up 4. They signed re-signed Cummings Nixon and signed Wilkes. How they had money to do that, I'm not sure. Well, they barely did. Okay. Hawks, so Dominique didn't go up or down, but Kevin Willis went up 3. So they got Willis and Sabonis, a very young Twin Towers, ready to go. Also have Terry Porter at point guard. I don't see Doc Rivers, so he's either on another team or still a free agent, but a lot of guys will get signed once I advance season. So they did end up keeping Griffith and Green, but they lost Dantley. Well, they only have 6 people, so I guess we'll see once I advance. The Kings are pretty bad. They traded away their best player, Larry Drew. Shrimp is now tied for their best. The Knicks didn't really improve. The Magic, so they lost Wilkes otherwise, and I took Rambus from them. Kareem went down 3, he's 39. Tisdale's up, Benjamin's up. So that was the 8th and 5th picks they had last year. Didn't they draft 2 people in this one too? Yeah, Duckworth. Oh my gosh, they got another center. This is the team that just is like collecting centers. I did take, so I have Nympheus from them, so they don't have him anymore. And I thought they had someone else even. Nets have 4 players. Why aren't they using their $1.5 million? Okay, so maybe they'll sign whoever's good on the free agent list. Nuggets top guys went down a bit. They got Doc Rivers to be their new point guard. Let's advance. I'm not doing the summer league. I need to look up where was. Oh no. Oh no. Well, a 2-year deal for Tyrone Corbin, I guess, wasn't a very good idea. Boy. Have CPU. Might just have to cut him now. I'm going to look up where the 87 All-Star game was. It was in Seattle. No. Yes? 1987 and beyond. Seattle's Kingdom. Change city. Seattle. Continue. I do not have the 87 draft class ready yet, so we're just going to use the normal one for now. And you can see who's in. Whoops, I did not want a simcast. So you got David Robinson, Derek McKee, Scottie Pippen, Hobson, Paul Nice, Reggie Lewis, Kevin Johnson, that Reggie Williams. This guy's fake, I'm guessing, yeah. Horace Grant, Muggsy Bogues, Kenny Smith, and a fake guy. Over here, Kevin Gamble, Greg Anderson, Joe Wolf, Doug Lee. Why they're on the world team, but they are. Some guys I know I started to add, so Reggie Miller, obviously, and there were a couple other guys, but I'll have that done probably before I start the next video. So let's advance, and then we'll see how the teams fill out. Alright, let's see if there are any free agents first. Yeah. There are good free agents. So this is weird. So there's 5 decent point guards. Hornacek and Curry are still there. And expected when there's a dash, that means anybody will sign with me for the minimum because I'm a good team. They don't care what money they're making. Oh my. Well, that makes things very interesting. I could look now to trade Butch Carter probably for something in the future. Tom Chambers has 10 badges. It's not really a position I need. Okay. So does that mean they filled other teams? Let's like look at the Nets who had 4 people. Yeah, mostly fake people. Kevin Greavy's real, but wow. So why wouldn't they sign the good people that are there? Alright, well now I'm super curious. The only guys I really can trade. So Corbin's broken leg, I guess, is healed now. I can only trade guys that were on my team beforehand. Or guys I drafted, I guess, right? I think I can trade him. I don't want to, but... So Butch Carter, I'm going to see if I can get like a first round pick like that for him so that I can go sign somebody that's even better than him. Not actually better, but better fit going forward. The Cavs were not great. The Jazz are not going to be as good anymore. The Nuggets have been bad and they just lost. No, they didn't lose anybody. They just have people go down. So maybe I need to look. Whoops. Who are the teams that I would be wanting to take their picks from? People without 90 overall players, preferably. Bulls were decent. So the Cavs are deep, but don't really have anybody at the top. I don't think the Jazz will be that good now. The Kings are really bad. The Knicks are still bad. Jazz, Kings, Knicks, Nets. Jazz picks there. Kings are not willing. The Nets are not willing. I definitely don't want the Blazers pick. So the Jazz might make the most sense. That's 89. 88. Lottery protected makes 89. No protection. Maybe take some seconds too. They get the best of the... Oh no, they just take pretty much their pick back. Sure, why not? Alright, so that frees up a roster spot for me to sign somebody. Could be probably a backup small forward shooting guard. Or really, I could get a better power forward than Rambus. That's actually a tough call. Because there's this like sixth man type guy, John Drew here, who plays both of those, although he's a 6'6", so probably not a power forward. Robert Reed, who was on my team before. Like, if I want to go for the future, I'd get one of these guys. But Gene Banks is 82 overall. I like Tom Chambers more. I think I'm going to get Tom Chambers. He's a perfect fit for my team, so 1 year minimum. There we go. Alright, that's where I'll stop, guys, for today. I'll do like the rotation and go through, fix some numbers and things like that. And then fix the, or work on the 1987 draft class. So till next time, thanks for watching. It's Shoeshak Redemption signing out.